Deep in the far reaches of the Milky Way, the Starship Odyssey ventures beyond known space. The ship, a marvel of human engineering, glides silently through the cosmos, its sleek design reflecting the endless stars. The crew is a diverse group of specialists, each bringing unique skills to their mission of exploration and discovery. Captain Jacob Hendricks, a seasoned leader with a reputation for bravery and ingenuity, stands at the helm, his eyes scanning the holographic displays for signs of the unknown. "Captain, we're picking up an anomaly on the long-range scanners," reports Lieutenant Aisha Patel, the ship's chief science officer. Her voice, calm yet tinged with excitement, breaks the silence of the bridge. Hendricks steps closer to the console, where a faint blip pulses on the screen. "What do you make of it?" Hendricks asks, his brow furrowing. "It appears to be a massive object, possibly a vessel, but its composition is unlike anything we've encountered," Patel replies, her fingers dancing over the controls as she refines the scan. "It's organic and technological, interwoven in a way that's highly advanced." The captain's curiosity piqued. He orders the Odyssey to alter its course towards the anomaly. The ship's engines hum with increased power as they navigate the uncharted territory. The crew, seasoned explorers all, prepare for the unexpected, checking their equipment and readying the ship for any potential threat. As they draw closer, the alien vessel comes into view, a colossal construct that dwarfs the Odyssey. It's an awe-inspiring sight, a seamless blend of nature and technology, with sprawling structures that seem to pulse with a life of their own. Vines of bioluminescent material wrap around metallic spires, and large, membranous sails catch the light of distant stars. "Magnify the image," Hendricks orders. The view on the main screen sharpens, revealing intricate details of the alien ship's surface. Strange symbols and markings cover the hull, hinting at a complex and ancient civilization. "We're being hailed," announces Lieutenant Mark Davis, the communications officer. "Audio and visual signals very strong." "Put it on screen," Hendricks commands, steeling himself for the first contact. The main display flickers and then stabilizes, revealing the visage of an alien unlike any they had imagined. Tall and muscular, with skin that shifts colors in iridescent waves, the figure exudes both power and grace. Her eyes, large and intelligent, focus on the crew of the Odyssey. "I am Queen Zara of the Amazon," she declares, her voice resonating with authority. "You have entered our domain. State your purpose." Hendricks steps forward, his voice calm but firm. "I am Captain Jacob Hendricks of the Starship Odyssey, representing the United Earth Federation. We come in peace, seeking knowledge and friendship with new civilizations." Queen Zara's gaze narrows, assessing the human crew. After a moment that feels like an eternity, she speaks again. "You will board our ship. There is much to discuss." As they approach the Amazon vessel in a shuttle, the sheer scale of the ship becomes even more apparent. It looms like a giant city suspended in space, its surfaces alive with the glow of bioluminescent tendrils. The shuttle docks in a vast hangar, where an honor guard of Amazon warriors awaits them. The Amazon warriors are an imposing sight, towering over the humans with their powerful athletic builds. Each warrior is adorned in ornate armor that seems to grow organically from their bodies, glistening with the same bioluminescence that lights their ship. Their expressions are stern and disciplined, reflecting a society deeply rooted in martial traditions. Captain Hendricks and his team are escorted through winding corridors that pulse with a soft, organic light. The walls seem to breathe, their surfaces warm and slightly yielding to the touch. It's a disorienting experience, but the humans remain focused, aware of the potential dangers they face. They are led to a grand chamber where Queen Zara awaits, seated on a throne that appears to be a living organism, its tendrils entwining with her own. The chamber is filled with the sweet scent of alien flora, and the air hums with a barely perceptible energy. "Welcome to the heart of the Amazon Empire," Queen Zara greets them, her voice echoing through the chamber. "We have much to discuss, but first you must understand the gravity of your presence here." Hendricks steps forward, meeting Zara's intense gaze. "We are here to learn and to establish peaceful relations. We mean no harm." "That remains to be seen," Zara replies. "Follow me." She leads them to an adjoining chamber where massive holographic displays show images of the Amazon homeworld, once lush and thriving, now desolate and barren. Zara explains the dire situation her people face, a genetic crisis that has left them on the brink of extinction. Traditional breeding programs have failed, and their once great numbers have dwindled to a fraction of their former glory. We have scoured the galaxy for a solution, Zara continues, her tone somber. Our scientists have identified humans as possessing the strongest genetic material we have encountered. You, Captain Hendricks, have been chosen as our primary candidate for the survival of the Amazon race. The declaration sends a ripple of shock through the human delegation. Hendricks, struggling to process the enormity of the situation, replies, "What exactly are you proposing?" "An alliance," Zara states. "Your genes will help us rebuild, and in return, we offer our advanced technology and knowledge. It is a symbiotic relationship. Your strength will become our strength, and together we will ensure the future of both our peoples." The room falls silent as Hendricks contemplates the offer. The weight of the decision is immense, with implications that stretch far beyond their current circumstances. Finally, he responds, "We need time to discuss this among ourselves." Queen Zara nods. "Take the time you need, but know that our need is urgent. The survival of the Amazon depends on your decision." The humans are escorted to private quarters, where they convene to deliberate the unprecedented proposition. As they weigh the potential benefits against the ethical concerns and personal sacrifices, the future of both species hangs in the balance. Captain Hendricks is brought before Queen Zara, the imposing leader of the Amazon. The chamber where she holds court is a magnificent blend of organic elegance and technological marvels, with living plants entwined around advanced machinery. Zara herself sits on a throne that seems to grow from the floor, its tendrils wrapping around her in a protective embrace. Zara rises, towering over Hendricks and his crew. Her presence is commanding, exuding both strength and wisdom. "Captain Hendricks," she begins, her voice resonating through the chamber, "you and your crew have been chosen for a purpose that transcends individual lives." Hendricks meets her gaze, unflinching. "We are here to understand that purpose, Your Majesty." Zara's eyes soften slightly. "Our race, the Amazon, once thrived across many worlds, but a genetic anomaly has left us unable to reproduce effectively. Our numbers have dwindled to the point where our survival is in jeopardy." She gestures to a holographic display that springs to life, showing the genetic decline of the Amazon over centuries. "Our scientists have searched for compatible genetic material to counteract this decline. We have tested many species, but none have proven viable, until now. Human DNA shows remarkable resilience and adaptability. We believe that your genetic material holds the key to our salvation." Hendricks feels the weight of Zara's words. "What exactly are you proposing?" Zara steps closer, her expression earnest. "We propose a partnership. You, Captain Hendricks, have been identified as possessing exceptionally strong genes. We request your assistance in our breeding program to rejuvenate our species. In return, we will share our advanced technology and knowledge with humanity." The captain's mind races. The implications are staggering. "And what does this mean for my crew?" "They will not be forced into anything," Zara assures him. "Participation is voluntary but highly encouraged. The survival of an entire species is at stake." Lieutenant Patel interjects, "And what guarantees do we have of our safety and the ethical treatment of our people?" Zara nods, acknowledging the concern. "You will have full oversight and freedom within our ship. We are not conquerors. We seek cooperation, not subjugation." Hendricks takes a deep breath. "We need time to discuss this among ourselves." "Of course," Zara replies. "But remember, time is a luxury we cannot afford to waste. The future of the Amazon depends on your decision." Lieutenant Patel begins, "The Amazon technology is far beyond anything we've seen. If we could access and understand it, the benefits to humanity could be immense." Commander Barnes, ever the skeptic, counters, "But we're talking about using our people as breeding stock. It's unethical and could set a dangerous precedent." Hendricks raises a hand to calm the room. "Let's focus on the facts. The Amazon are facing extinction. They believe human genes can save them. In return, they offer us technology that could advance our civilization by leaps and bounds. But this has to be a voluntary agreement. No one should be forced into this. Dr. Elena Kwan, the ship's medical officer, adds, "From a scientific standpoint, this is an unprecedented opportunity to study advanced genetics and possibly solve other medical mysteries. But we need strict guidelines to ensure the health and autonomy of any participants." Lieutenant Maria Sanchez, known for her fiery spirit, speaks up. "I understand the potential benefits, but we can't ignore the ethical implications. We need to establish clear terms and conditions. No one should be coerced, and we need guarantees that our people won't be mistreated." Hendricks nods. "Agreed. Our priority is the safety and well-being of our crew. We'll negotiate terms that protect our rights and ensure mutual benefit." The crew continues to debate, weighing the risks and rewards. After hours of intense discussion, they reach a consensus. They will present their terms to Queen Zara, emphasizing voluntary participation, ethical treatment, and full transparency. The following day, Hendricks and a select group of crew members meet with Zara and her council. The atmosphere is tense but respectful. Hendricks outlines their conditions: voluntary participation, ethical oversight, and mutual technological exchange. Zara listens intently. "Your terms are reasonable," she says. "We are not here to impose our will. We seek partners, not subjects. We agree to your conditions and will ensure the safety and autonomy of all participants." A formal agreement is drawn up, outlining the terms of the alliance. The crew of the Odyssey is given access to Amazon technology, and in return, Hendricks and a select few agree to participate in the breeding program, under strict ethical guidelines. As the crew of the Odyssey integrates with the Amazon, the process is anything but smooth. Cultural differences and suspicions lead to frequent conflicts. The Amazon, with their rigid warrior ethos and hierarchical society, often clash with the more egalitarian and diverse human crew. Lieutenant Maria Sanchez is particularly vocal about her concerns. "We can't just ignore their militaristic ways," she argues during a heated meeting. "Their approach to discipline and hierarchy is completely different from ours. We need to ensure that our values aren't compromised." Amazon warrior Lyra, who has been assigned as a liaison to the humans, overhears the discussion and confronts Sanchez. "You think our ways are inferior?" Lyra's eyes flash with anger. "We have survived for millennia because of our strength and discipline." Sanchez stands her ground. "I respect your strength, but we value individuality and freedom. We can't simply adopt your ways without questioning them." The tension escalates and Captain Hendricks intervenes. "Enough," he says firmly. "We need to find common ground. This alliance is about cooperation, not dominance. Both sides have something to learn from each other." Despite the friction, there are moments of understanding and camaraderie. Dr. Elena Kwan works closely with Amazon healers, exchanging medical knowledge. They discover that while the Amazon have advanced regenerative technologies, human medical practices offer unique insights into genetic manipulation and disease prevention. Meanwhile, Lieutenant Patel and Amazon engineer Tana bond over their shared love of technology. Together, they begin integrating Amazon bioorganic systems with human cybernetics, creating innovative hybrid technologies that could revolutionize both civilizations. One evening, in the communal dining hall, Hendricks and Queen Zara share a rare moment of candid conversation. "I understand the challenges your people face in adapting to our ways," Zara admits, "but know that we are equally challenged by the need to embrace change and cooperation." Hendricks nods. "Change is never easy, especially when it challenges deeply held beliefs. But if we succeed, our alliance will be stronger for it." Just as the integration process begins to show signs of progress, a sudden and violent disruption occurs. A neighboring alien civilization, the Zorax, views the alliance between humans and Amazon as a direct threat to their dominion. Without warning, they launch a surprise attack on the Amazon ship. The first sign of trouble comes as the Odyssey and the Amazon vessel experience a massive shockwave, followed by alarms blaring throughout the corridors. "We're under attack!" Lieutenant Davis shouts, as the bridge crew scrambles to their stations. Hendricks quickly takes command. All hands, battle stations. Prepare to repel boarders and defend the ship. The Zorax attack is swift and brutal. Their sleek black ships maneuver with deadly precision, unleashing torrents of plasma fire that hammer the Amazon vessel's shields. The Amazon warriors, despite their prowess, are taken aback by the ferocity and coordination of the assault. On the Odyssey, Commander Barnes rallies the security teams. We need to protect our allies and hold the line. Remember your training and work together. As Zorax boarding parties breach the hull, fierce hand-to-hand combat erupts in the corridors. Sanchez and Lyra find themselves fighting side by side, their earlier animosity replaced by a mutual need for survival. Watch your flank, Sanchez yells, covering Lyra as they fend off the attackers. Meanwhile, Hendricks and Zara coordinate the defense efforts from the command center. We need to hit them where it hurts, Hendricks suggests. If we can take out their command ship, the rest might retreat. Zara agrees. Our forces will create a diversion while your team targets the command vessel. It's a risky move, but it might just work. Hendricks assembles a strike team, including Patel, Barnes, and a squad of Amazon warriors. Using a stealth shuttle, they slip past the chaos of the main battle and head straight for the Zorax command ship. The journey is tense, every second bringing them closer to a confrontation that could determine the fate of their alliance. As they infiltrate the Zorax vessel, they encounter fierce resistance. The Zorax are relentless, their combat style brutal and efficient. But the combined skills of the human Amazon team prove formidable. Patel hacks into the Zorax systems, disrupting their communications and causing chaos among their ranks. In the heart of the command ship, Hendricks and his team engage the Zorax commander. The battle is fierce and desperate, but through a combination of human ingenuity and Amazon strength, they manage to disable the ship's control systems. Back on the Amazon vessel, the tide of the battle turns. With the command ship neutralized, the Zorax forces begin to retreat. The Allied forces, battered but victorious, regroup and assess the damage. The aftermath of the battle brings a renewed sense of camaraderie. Sanchez and Lyra, once adversaries, now share a mutual respect. You fought well, Lyra admits, her tone softer than before. Sanchez smiles. We make a good team. Maybe we can learn more from each other than we thought. As repairs begin and the wounded are tended to, the alliance between humans and Amazon solidifies. They have faced their first major test together and emerged stronger, their bond forged in the crucible of battle. Patel brings the evidence to Hendricks, who immediately calls a secret meeting with trusted members of his crew, including Sanchez and Barnes. We can't let this faction undermine everything we've worked for, Hendricks says, his voice tense. Sanchez agrees. If Vala's plan succeeds, the Amazon could turn from allies to conquerors. We need to expose this plot to Queen Zara. The crew devises a plan to confront Vala and gather more concrete evidence. Patel works tirelessly to decrypt further communications, uncovering a detailed plan for a coup. They learn that Vala has been rallying support from dissatisfied Amazon warriors who believe in traditional dominance over cooperation with humans. With the evidence in hand, Hendricks and Patel seek an audience with Queen Zara. The atmosphere in the throne room is charged with tension as they present their findings. Zara's eyes narrow as she reads the decrypted messages. General Vala has always been a loyal warrior, Zara says, her voice heavy with disbelief. But these messages, they cannot be ignored. Just then, Vala enters the chamber, flanked by her loyalists. These accusations are lies, she declares, her eyes blazing with anger. The humans are trying to sow discord among us. Zara rises, her expression stern. General, the evidence is clear. You have betrayed our trust and jeopardized our alliance. A tense standoff ensues, but Hendricks steps forward. This doesn't have to end in bloodshed. We can resolve this peacefully. Vala sneers. Peacefully? You don't understand our ways. Strength is the only thing that matters. Before Vala can act, Zara signals her loyal guards, who swiftly disarm and detain Vala and her conspirators. Take them to the holding cells, Zara commands. They will face trial for their treachery. With the immediate threat neutralized, Zara turns to Hendricks. Your vigilance has saved us from internal strife. We must remain united if we are to face the greater dangers ahead. The Zorax capture a vital member of the Amazon leadership, Commander Nyla, during a reconnaissance mission. This abduction threatens to destabilize the fragile alliance, as Nyla is not only a key military leader, but also a symbol of unity between the Amazon and humans. Hendrix volunteers for a daring rescue mission deep into Zorax territory. He selects a team of elite members from both the Odyssey and Amazon warriors, including Sanchez, Patel, and Lyra. Their mission: infiltrate the heavily fortified Zorax stronghold and rescue Nyla. The team departs in a sleek, modified Amazon stealth ship designed to evade Zorax detection. Patel monitors their progress, using advanced Amazon cloaking technology to guide them through enemy space. The journey is fraught with tension, every minute bringing them closer to danger. Upon arrival, the team lands on a desolate moon, home to the Zorax stronghold. They move with precision, utilizing a combination of human and Amazon technology to bypass security systems. Sanchez and Lyra, now seasoned allies, lead the ground assault with coordinated strikes. Inside the stronghold, they encounter fierce resistance. Zorax soldiers, heavily armored and well-trained, engage them in brutal combat. The rescue team fights valiantly, combining human ingenuity and Amazon strength to push forward. As they penetrate deeper into the facility, they locate Nyla in a high-security cell. She is battered but defiant, her spirit unbroken. "I knew you would come," Nyla says as they break her chains. Their escape, however, is complicated by an alert triggered during the rescue. Zorax reinforcements swarm the facility, cutting off their exit routes. Hendrix devises a risky plan to create a diversion while Patel hacks the facility's mainframe to disable the security systems. Sanchez, Lyra, and the Amazon warriors launch a fierce offensive, drawing Zorax forces away from the escape route. Meanwhile, Patel successfully overrides the mainframe, opening a path to their extraction point. The team makes a desperate dash for their ship, fighting off waves of Zorax soldiers. Nyla, despite her injuries, insists on carrying her weight, proving her resilience and strength. As they reach their ship, the Zorax launch a last-ditch effort to stop them. In the chaos, Lyra is injured, but Sanchez refuses to leave her behind, demonstrating the deep bonds formed between the two warriors. With everyone aboard, they narrowly escape the moon's surface and engage the ship's cloaking device to evade pursuit. The return journey is tense, but filled with a sense of triumph. They have not only rescued a key leader, but also strengthened the bonds between their species. Back on the Amazon ship, Nyla is received with cheers and relief. The successful mission boosts morale and solidifies the alliance. Queen Zara expresses her gratitude to Hendrix and his team. "Your bravery has saved a great leader and proven the strength of our partnership," she says. The rescue mission, though perilous, reinforces the resolve of both humans and Amazon to stand together against common threats, paving the way for deeper cooperation and mutual respect. Their objective is twofold: rescue the captive Amazon leader, Commander Nyla, and gather vital intelligence on the Zorax's plans. As they proceed, they encounter fierce resistance. The Zorax soldiers are relentless, their black armor glinting menacingly in the low light. Hendrix leads the team with precision, issuing orders in hushed tones. "Barnes, take point. Patel, see if you can hack into their surveillance systems and loop the feeds." Patel nods, her fingers flying over her portable terminal. "Give me a moment. Got it. We have a window, but it won't last long." They move quickly, taking down guards silently and avoiding detection. They finally reach the high-security wing where Nyla is held. She is heavily guarded, her cell surrounded by energy barriers and Zorax elite soldiers. The team splits into two groups, one to create a diversion, the other to execute the extraction. Barnes, leading the diversion team, launches a surprise attack, drawing the elite guards away from Nyla's cell. Explosions and gunfire echo through the halls as the Zorax scramble to respond. Meanwhile, Hendrix and Lyra breach the energy barriers with a combination of Amazon tech and human ingenuity. "Nyla, we're getting you out of here," Hendrix says, his voice steady as he breaks her chains. Nyla, though weakened, stands tall. "About time you showed up," she quips, her resolve unbroken. As they make their escape, Patel downloads critical data from the Zorax mainframe. The information reveals a deeper conspiracy. The Zorax are developing a superweapon capable of devastating entire planets, and they plan to use it against both the Amazon and humanity. "We need to get this data back to the fleet," Patel says, her voice urgent. "This changes everything." Their exit is fraught with danger. The diversion team regroups, and together they fight their way back to their stealth ship, fending off relentless Zorax forces. The team barely escapes, but their mission is a success. They have Nyla, and crucial intelligence that could turn the tide of the conflict. With the new information in hand, Hendrix and Queen Zara convene an emergency council. The data Patel retrieved confirms their worst fears. The Zorax superweapon, known as the Planet Breaker, is nearly operational. If deployed, it would spell doom for both the Amazon and human civilizations. "We can't face this threat alone," Hendrix states, his voice resolute. "We need allies." Queen Zara nods. "Agreed. We must seek out those within the Zorax ranks who oppose this madness. Not all Zorax are loyal to their warmongering leaders." Hendrix suggests reaching out to the Zorax dissidents they encountered earlier. "There are factions within the Zorax who are against this. We need to make contact and form an alliance." Zara agrees, and they send a covert message to the Zorax dissidents. Days later, they receive a response. A high-ranking Zorax official named Zalra agrees to meet in neutral territory. The meeting is set in a secluded asteroid field, far from prying eyes. Hendrix, Zara, and a small delegation arrive at the rendezvous point. They are met by Zalra and a group of Zorax rebels, their ships hidden among the asteroids. Tension is palpable as the two sides face each other, but Zalra steps forward, extending a hand in a gesture of peace. "We seek to end the tyranny of our leaders," Zalra says, his voice echoing in the cavernous asteroid. "The Planet Breaker is an abomination. We will not allow it to be used." Hendrix shakes Zalra's hand. "Then we have a common goal. Together we can stop this weapon and bring peace to our peoples." The unlikely alliance forms quickly, born out of necessity. The combined forces of humans, Amazon, and Zorax dissidents begin planning a coordinated strike on the Planet Breaker's production facility. The mission is high risk but crucial. Failure is not an option. As the alliance prepares for the assault, Hendrix and Zara work closely with Zalra. The trust between them grows, fueled by their shared commitment to stopping the Planet Breaker. They exchange tactical knowledge and resources, forging a united front. The night before the assault, Hendrix and Zalra share a moment of reflection. "Our species have been enemies for so long," Zalra muses. "It's strange to think we could find common ground." Hendrix nods. "Sometimes it takes a greater threat to bring out the best in us. We're fighting for more than just survival. We're fighting for a future where our differences don't define us." With the dawn of the operation, the Allied forces launch their assault on the Zorax facility. The battle is fierce and chaotic, with ships engaging in dogfights above and ground troops clashing below. Hendrix leads a strike team to disable the Planet Breaker's core, while Zara and Zalra command the larger battle. Inside the facility, Hendrix and his team face overwhelming odds. The Zorax defenders are tenacious, but the determination of the Allied forces prevails. Patel manages to hack into the facility systems, guiding Hendrix to the core. In a final, desperate push, Hendrix and his team plant charges on the Planet Breaker's main reactor. As they retreat, the charges detonate, causing a chain reaction that destroys the superweapon. The facility collapses in a massive explosion, visible even from orbit. With the Planet Breaker destroyed, the remaining Zorax forces retreat. The battle is won, but the cost is high. Many brave warriors from all sides have fallen, but their sacrifice has ensured the survival of their species and a chance for lasting peace. The unlikely alliance has triumphed, proving that cooperation and unity can overcome even the greatest of threats. As the dust settles, Hendrix, Zara, and Zalra stand together, looking towards a future shaped by their shared resolve and newfound friendship. Captain Hendrix stands on the bridge of the Odyssey, his eyes focused on the holographic display of the battlefield. "All units, this is it. We hit them hard and fast. No retreat, no surrender." Queen Zara, commanding her flagship, the Valiant, speaks through the comms. Amazon warriors, today we fight for our survival and the future of our allies. Show no mercy to those who would see us extinct. Salura, leading the Zorax dissidents from his command ship, adds, "This is our chance to liberate our people from tyranny, for freedom and for peace." As the Allied fleet approaches the Zorax defenses, they encounter a formidable array of orbital platforms and warships. The battle begins with a thunderous exchange of firepower. Plasma bolts, energy beams, and missiles streak across the blackness of space, creating a chaotic dance of destruction. The Odyssey weaves through the onslaught, its advanced shields absorbing hits, while its weapon systems return fire with precision. Hendrix coordinates the attack, directing squadrons of fighters and bombers to target key installations. The Amazon warships, with their organic armor and powerful bioweapons, tear through the enemy lines with ferocity. On the ground, the situation is equally intense. Joint strike teams, composed of human soldiers and Amazon warriors, launch an assault on the Zorax capital city. The urban landscape becomes a battlefield, with each street and building contested fiercely. Commander Barnes leads a ground unit, his rifle blazing as he provides cover for Amazon melee fighters who engage the Zorax in brutal close combat. "Keep pushing forward. We need to secure the command center." Lieutenant Sanchez and Lyra fight side by side, their earlier conflicts now a distant memory. They move as a seamless team, their trust and respect for each other evident in every coordinated strike. In the skies above the city, aerial dogfights rage as human and Amazon pilots engage Zorax fighters. The air is filled with the roar of engines and the crackle of energy weapons. The Coalition's air superiority is tested but eventually prevails, allowing ground forces to advance. As the battle reaches its climax, Hendrix identifies a weakness in the Zorax defenses. "All units, concentrate your fire on Grid 7C. We can break through and reach the main command hub." The Allied fleet unleashes a devastating barrage, shattering the Zorax defensive line. The Odyssey and the Valiant lead the charge, their combined firepower carving a path through the chaos. Hendrix, Zara, and Zalra coordinate a final push toward the Zorax command center. The fighting is fierce, with both sides sustaining heavy casualties. In a daring maneuver, Hendrix personally leads a strike team into the heart of the Zorax command facility. Inside, they face the Zorax High Command, who fight with desperate ferocity. The battle is intense, but the Coalition forces' determination and unity prove overwhelming. Hendrix and his team breach the control room, confronting the Zorax leaders. "Your reign of terror ends now," Hendrix declares, his voice filled with resolve. With the Zorax High Command defeated, the remaining enemy forces surrender. The battle is won, and the Coalition stands victorious. The aftermath of the battle reveals the heavy toll it has taken. The battlefield is littered with the wreckage of ships and the bodies of fallen warriors from all sides. The price of victory is steep, but the Alliance's resolve is unbroken. Captain Hendrix and his crew survey the scene from the bridge of the Odyssey. The sense of relief and triumph is palpable, but so is the weight of loss. "We did it," Hendrix says quietly, his voice filled with a mix of pride and sorrow. "But we must honor those who sacrificed everything for this victory." Queen Zara's voice comes over the comms. "We will remember them as heroes. Their bravery and sacrifice have secured a future for our peoples." In the days that follow, the Allied forces work together to stabilize the Zorax capital. Human engineers and Amazon healers assist in the reconstruction and care of the wounded. The unity forged in battle extends to the efforts of rebuilding, with former enemies now working side by side. A memorial service is held to honor the fallen. Representatives from all three species gather in a solemn ceremony, their differences set aside in a shared moment of grief and respect. Hendrix, Zara, and Zalra each deliver speeches, reaffirming their commitment to the Alliance and the principles they fought for. During the service, Commander Barnes approaches Hendrix. "We've lost many good people, but their legacy will endure. This alliance is their gift to us." Hendrix nods. "It's up to us to ensure it lasts." In the weeks that follow, the Coalition leaders convene to discuss the future. They establish a council composed of representatives from humans, Amazon, and the Zorax dissidents. This council's mission is to maintain peace, oversee joint ventures, and ensure that the mistakes of the past are not repeated. Queen Zara proposes a series of cultural exchange programs to foster understanding and cooperation between their peoples. We must learn from each other to build a lasting peace. Zalra agrees. And we must also address the root causes of conflict. Poverty, inequality, and fear must be eradicated. Hendrix supports these initiatives wholeheartedly. We've proven that we can achieve great things together. Now we need to ensure that this alliance brings lasting benefits to all our peoples. The shared technological advancements also bear fruit. Human scientists and Amazon engineers collaborate on new projects, integrating their technologies to develop innovations in energy, medicine, and space travel. These joint efforts symbolize the potential of their united future. One evening, as Hendrix reflects on the journey they've undertaken, Zara joins him on the observation deck of the Odyssey. They gaze out at the stars, their shared vision of a peaceful and prosperous galaxy filling them with hope. "We've come a long way," Zara says softly, "but there is still much to do." Hendrix nods. "We'll face the challenges together. Our alliance is just the beginning." With the war behind them and the seeds of a new era sown, the coalition looks to the future with optimism and determination. The sacrifices made in the battle for the galaxy will not be forgotten, and the triumphs achieved pave the way for a brighter, united tomorrow. With the war over, the Amazon and humans begin the process of rebuilding. The alliance holds, strengthened by the shared experiences of battle and the bonds forged in the fires of conflict. The Amazon homeworld, ravaged by years of strife, is the primary focus of these efforts. Captain Hendrix and Queen Zara oversee the reconstruction projects, ensuring that the cooperation between their species remains strong. Human engineers and scientists work alongside Amazon architects and biotechnicians, combining their knowledge to restore the planet's ecosystems and infrastructure. The sight of towering Amazon structures intertwined with human-designed facilities symbolizes the unity and collaboration that now defines their relationship. "This is what we fought for," Hendrix remarks as he surveys a newly rebuilt city. "A future where our strengths complement each other." Queen Zara nods, her eyes filled with hope. "Our peoples have come together in ways I never imagined. We are stronger together." One of the key initiatives is the establishment of joint academies where humans and Amazon can learn from each other. These institutions focus on various fields, from engineering and medicine to cultural studies and diplomacy. The exchange of knowledge and ideas fosters mutual respect and understanding, laying the foundation for a harmonious coexistence. Lieutenant Maria Sanchez takes on a prominent role in these academies, teaching courses on human culture and history, while learning about Amazon traditions and martial arts. Her bond with Lyra, now a respected Amazon instructor, serves as a testament to the strength of their alliance. Together, they inspire a new generation to embrace the values of unity and cooperation. Commander Barnes leads a team dedicated to integrating Amazon biotechnologies with human cybernetics, resulting in groundbreaking advancements that benefit both species. Their work includes developing medical treatments that combine the regenerative capabilities of Amazon biology with the precision of human technology, revolutionizing healthcare for all. Diplomatic efforts also take center stage. Ambassadorial exchanges between Earth and the Amazon homeworld become routine, with dignitaries traveling between planets to discuss policies, share resources, and address any emerging challenges. These diplomatic missions ensure that the alliance remains robust and adaptable, capable of weathering future storms. One evening, Hendrix and Zara attend a celebration marking the first anniversary of their alliance. The event, held in a grand hall adorned with symbols of both cultures, is a vibrant display of music, dance, and culinary delights from both worlds. As they watch humans and Amazon mingling and enjoying each other's company, Hendrix feels a deep sense of fulfillment. "We've achieved something remarkable," Zara says, raising her glass in a toast, "to a future where our differences are our greatest strength." Hendrix smiles and raises his glass, "To unity and to the journey ahead." Years pass, and the legacy of the alliance between humans and Amazon is felt across the galaxy. New generations grow up in a world where cooperation and understanding between species are the norm. The once struggling Amazon population thrives, their genetic crisis resolved through the successful integration of human DNA. Captain Hendricks, now an ambassador of peace, travels frequently between Earth and the Amazon worlds, promoting the values that forged their alliance. His efforts are instrumental in expanding the coalition to include other species, fostering a network of interstellar cooperation and mutual support. One such species, the Drakari, initially wary of the human-Amazon alliance, gradually become key allies. Their unique technologies and cultural perspectives further enrich the coalition, demonstrating the vast potential of unity and diversity. Hendricks works closely with Drakari leaders, sharing the lessons learned from the Amazon alliance and encouraging collaborative ventures. Queen Zara continues to lead with wisdom and strength, her influence ensuring that the principles of honor and cooperation remain central to the Amazon culture. Her leadership inspires not only her people, but also the many species that join the growing interstellar community. Educational exchanges and joint research projects become commonplace. Human and Amazon scientists collaborate on ambitious projects, from terraforming uninhabitable planets to developing sustainable energy sources. The combined intellectual prowess of the alliance drives unprecedented technological advancements, benefiting all members of the coalition. In one notable project, Lieutenant Patel, now a renowned scientist, leads an initiative to create a universal translator that allows instant communication between any species. This breakthrough technology revolutionizes diplomacy and trade, further uniting the diverse civilizations of the galaxy. Cultural festivals celebrating the unique heritage of each species are held annually, fostering a sense of shared identity and mutual respect. These festivals become a platform for artistic expression, where humans, Amazon, Drakari, and others showcase their music, art, and literature, enriching the cultural tapestry of the galaxy. As the alliance grows, it faces new challenges, but the spirit of cooperation and the lessons learned from their shared struggles guide them. The coalition's ability to adapt and evolve ensures its resilience in the face of adversity. One day, Hendricks stands on the observation deck of a newly established interstellar research station, gazing out at the stars. Queen Zara joins him, her presence a comforting reminder of their journey. "We've built something extraordinary," Hendricks says, his voice filled with pride. Zara smiles. "And it will endure, because we built it together."